Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think I have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
We won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right. It's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart. Doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this?
I know.
How you cannot go
Baby,
here?
baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how is everybody doing? Come on in, you guys. Let's talk a little bit. I'm going to give you an update of what's been going on. It's been a long weekend. It is Monday. It is October the 23rd, you guys. It's almost over. This month is almost over. And I know everybody's going through some things because I'm going through some things. You may see that I didn't have a thumbnail up. I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because after we got off the live Friday, the computer crashed. It's no longer working. So Saturday morning, I jumped up and went and got another computer, lost all my information. Everything that you're seeing is all we got. But that's okay. We're up and running, and we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. I do have to download some things. I'm getting first my priority things together, the things that I need to function and do my job and school. And I have figured out somewhat of how to get on here. It was a mess. I've been trying to get on here since probably about 2:06 today. And so, but we're here, and that's all that matters. I'll get it figured out. Plus, I got homework to do and all of that. So I want to say thank you guys for showing up and always staying in the family. We got Sonia Watts came in the building. Soldier Girl, Woke the God is in the building. There's my girl. She been helping me with homework and everything. She's like, you got this, girl. Tina Powers is in the building. Thank you, Tina, for showing on up. We got Soldier Girl. We got Danielle. We got Ace Woman in the building once again. Come on in. We got Zena in here. We got Wanda up in the building. Wanda Lenore is in the building. She says, I caught another live. Happy Monday. SP, Mars, and Chad and family. Speaking to everybody. And I like that when you come in the building, just don't dust off your shoes and put them in the corner and go eat, whatever, come in, speak, and I try to speak, especially when we don't have so many people in here. I try to speak to everybody. And we got Jackie Bartiz that came in the building. I'm seeing family up in here. Zena, how you doing? Soldier Girl, what's going on? So anyway, you guys, I did have a little bit of time to go over some things. I was actually coming on and I was like, I don't know if things is going to work. I don't know if we're going to have any of our videos, any of our, little clicks and things to make things happen. Somehow things are downloaded into my email, not on the computer. So that's how you're seeing everything and everything's working. But trust and believe, it used to be a boom, 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 and I'm in. Now it's like, find this. I don't even know where my pictures are at. I can't even find not one picture to save my soul. Whoo. Hey, Nancy, how you doing? She says, all driving home. Okay. Sharon Simpson in the building. How you doing? All right. So anyway, you guys, we did find out where the young lady was from that jumped off the bridge into the water. She passed away. She was a young mother. And I was looking at some of the, they did a press conference about the whole situation. And I'm going to tell you something. They said when they went in that house, because she jumped off the bridge, they didn't know what was going on. They did retrieve the body. She was pronounced dead at the scene, at the place. And they figured out who she was, and they went to the house to try to get some understanding of what was going on. And to their unbeknownst to them, they went in the house because nobody went to the door. Nobody answered the door. They didn't. So they went in and they found two kids. They said it was like they were sleeping. Twins, a boy and a girl. One was named Ava, and I think the other one, somebody go get the name. I don't want to say I know one was named Ava. Ava and because I know you guys know. You guys like to come in here and tell me the answers. So somebody give me the answer. One child was named Ava. I know that for sure. And that's the little girl. And the other child, the boy, I can't remember what his name was to save my soul right now. But they were twins. They did have something going on as far as mental development delays. And so they were going to school. They were in kindergarten. The mother, she had just got this house from Habitat. They done built her a house. And when they went in, they seen very little food. Now, I'm going to tell you something that's I don't understand. And I'm not going to make a big deal out of it because I know all of you guys know how, depression and mental illness work. I mean, it usually, sometimes you can see it coming. Ahmad is the boy's name. Thank you, Soldier Girl. I knew somebody was going to go and tell me. I knew somebody. I should have known it was going to be you, Soldier Girl. Because you be going to go get that information. Yes. Ahmad. I think they pronounce it Ahmad, but I'm pretty sure I heard them say Ahmad, but I think it is actually pronounced like Ahmed. But anyway, thank you, because I don't want to leave out that child, Ava and Ahmed. And they cute little boys. And I had got the picture and everything, and I download the picture, but where it is, I don't know. It's somewhere in the cloud somewhere. I haven't figured that part out. Like I said, everything is mixed up. But one good thing about this whole situation, we got a new computer. Yes, we did. We got one Saturday. And so we might gonna have some room on this to put up some stuff and do some stuff, just got to figure out where this stuff is at. So anyway, so they don't even know why this young lady did what she did. But this is what happened. And I'm gonna tell you guys something. I can tell you right now that this woman reached out to her mother, which was out of town getting a procedure done. Let me turn off this AC. It's a little cold up in here. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Okay. Yeah, it's 73. Oh, that's cold. I don't like it over 74. But anyway, she reached out. She said, so proud of you. Girl, you better be, because guess what? All this technology and stuff, I don't be knowing. I called my daughter. My daughter came over here. She fixed a little bit, but her eyes was watering and her head was pounding, so she had to hurry up and go. I don't want to keep anybody here too long. And then today, I just came back from the school because I had to get them to download my stuff for school because it wasn't working right. But we got that taken care of. And that's just the way life is. I actually need to write something on here. Oh Lord, 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 Lord. Let me see if this black marker work. Oh no, that don't work. Anyway. So anywho's, I don't know where all you guys' comment went somewhere. So anyway, I'm even surprised my mouse is working. It wasn't even working yesterday. I had to do everything. I had to type everything, and oh my God, it's just, what? I'm gonna tell you something. I do get frustrated because we are learning, and we're learning pretty slow. But if it had not be for this channel and you guys, and I know that you guys, I push you to be great in your greatness of whatever you're doing, whether it's just raising your grandkids and your kids, whether it's being retired and living your best life. I push you to that. I want everybody to be happy. If you're still working, like I'm working, I can't stop working. And it's not because I want to work, it's because I have to. I want you guys to know I push myself that I can be better, greater, make more money so that I can retire one day and grow up and be like one of you guys that, don't have bills and things of that nature. I want to be like that, but I mean, right now in my life, that's not going to happen. So anyway, this young lady, she jumped off the bridge. She just pulled up, and that is what they're going to investigate. They're going to investigate. Did she pull up? Did she think about it? Was she in an argument with somebody? What on the phone? What was going on in her head? So they said there was some kind of conversation on the window, and that tells me that she jumped in the car. She drove to where she needed to go, and she didn't think about it. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't tell me she drove a long time and she had to really think about what she was going to do. Some people have to think about what they're going to do. So anyway, here's the sad part. The two kids are passed away at the house. They did find a gun with the bullets there in place. Like she didn't shoot the gun. And they don't know how these two kids died. So they're waiting for the toxicology report results to come in. And that might tell them, did she give them something? What was going on? Hey, Lisa Calhoun, how you doing? That's okay. You ain't late. We just came on a little early because if I can get this computer up and running, that's what I was trying to do. Whew. Anyway, so I am going to give you guys just a little bit of the details that let me see here. They got new images of them and all of that other stuff. But I just want to just touch on what they have said, okay? The mother's name is Catorria. Catorria. Catorreia. Her last name is Hutta. She's 31 years old. And I guess this actually happened in Seminole County. That's Seminole County. So this is what they're saying. On Friday, the sheriff spoke to reporters at a news conference about what law enforcement says what an isolated murder-suicide. So they're saying there's no foul play. Nobody did anything, and she just couldn't live with herself. It was a murder-suicide. According to the sheriff, Friday morning, deputies with the department responded to a call from an eyewitness who saw a motorist stop their vehicle on she stopped her vehicle. Let me see, where was I at? She saw a motorist stop their vehicle on the crest of the bridge. And that bridge is the SR 417. The caller told officials that a woman seemed to slide out of the passenger window. She didn't even open the door, you guys. She slid out the passenger window of her vehicle and jumped into the St. Johns River in what appeared to be an attempt at a suicide. Okay. That is really sad because she's got, the two kids, and they must have been already deceased. And I don't know, I don't know what happened, but there's one thing I'm going to share with you guys. So once the deputies arrived at the scene, they saw a woman that was floating. The officials requested the assistance of two nearby fishermen, one of whom happened to be an off-duty firefighter. Isn't it weird how the firefighter, somebody that is off-duty police officer or paramedic, there's somebody that works in that kind of situation to help. I mean, and they don't really have to, but we do, just like I would do too. So the victim was identified as 31-year-old Catorria. That's her name. She would have turned 32 years of old on the 29th. So she's got a birthday coming up. Next Sunday will be her birthday. And I don't know, but as the press conference continued, Lehman, that is the person that was giving the press conference, the sheriff, he stated that Hutton had no known prior history whatsoever. Never no police called to the house, or there was nobody called talking about abuse or domestic violence or anything. She lived a very quiet life. She stayed to herself, took care of her kids. They're 5 years old, so she had 5 years. So she had both of these kids. She's 31. She would have been turning 32. So she would have been what? 20, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 27, 26. 26 to be 31. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 26. So she had these twins at the age of 26, which is a very good age to start having kids. But anyway, like I said, the sheriff said that there's no history whatsoever when he reported on the on the street she lived on with their two kids, 5-year-old Ahmad and Ava. Ahmad, Ahmad. Okay? And Ava Jackson. That's their last name. So they could not get in touch with the father. It was the last time I heard. They've been trying to find out who is the father, and before they released all this information, they don't want him to find out your twin kids, Ava and Ahmad, is deceased on YouTube or Facebook or Snapchat or whatever. But this man must have not had these kids and did what he wanted to do. He's somewhere else. Don't even know that his kids are deceased. That's sad. That's terrible. Because if you guys can't get in touch with the father, I know good and well mom couldn't get in touch with him either. That's why she probably had Habitat build her a home. And that doesn't mean just because you have a house and you got the kids that you're happy. I'm gonna just be honest. I done had a place to live and got my kids and didn't have no money to feed them and things of that nature. Did have to go to a church or something and get food for the week, and never, it was never nothing I really wanted to eat. But I didn't matter. It didn't matter to me if I ate or not, as long as I gave something to my children. Though everybody probably had those times once in their life. I'm just saying. I can just tell you, I'm just being honest with you. I've had that time in my life more than once, but I had them where I didn't know what I was going to do. It was very depressing. I believe I went into depression because I did not want to ask the people that was close to me to help me. I just didn't want to ask them. I just didn't even want them to know that, look, I failed at this and I failed at that and I failed in the relationship. And now look what I got my kids into. You know what I'm saying? And my kids did not know, but I mean, I knew I was going into a depression situation. But nevertheless, I pulled myself up out of it. I did reach out to somebody. I just did not reach out to somebody that I knew. I reached out to somebody I did not know. Sometimes you can't reach to your family and friends. They will make the situation even harder for you to look them in the face. They'll be like, girl, you remember when you called me and you told me y'all didn't have nothing to eat? Nobody wants to hear that. So I'm just being honest. Come on. So yeah, I did reach out to somebody, and I was told to find a Bible-based church, a Bible founded church or something. Well, I wasn't gonna get in my car and go nowhere because I got nowhere to go. At least I got a car, I got a roof over my head. I went to the church, got a little bit of food, and my kids can eat. They can run out and go play, and I could sit there and wallow in my misery by myself. So I did make some phone calls, and this is what I want to tell you. So the young lady, her name is Katoria. I can remember that because it's Cat, Catorria. Katoria is something of that nature. But her mother got a phone call, but she didn't answer the phone. She thought one of the twins had got a hold of the phone and called her and just simply hung up. So when they finally got in touch with Katoria's mother, so she's the next to kin anyway, they let her know, they let the mom know, your daughter had jumped over the bridge and the two kids, the twins, are, in the home, and they were pronounced deceased. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I seen, because I watched this live coverage of them doing the press conference right outside of the home. And the sheriff, it I think this situation happened around about 8 o'clock. And so when they did the press conference, it was way later. It could have been even the next day or so. But it was so weird because he said none of the family has even came to the house yet. You know, and that's weird to me. That tells me that she probably did not have friends and family that was close to her, that 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 cared. Because when my mother passed away, I made one phone call to one brother, and next thing I know, my cousins and my third cousins and all of them showed up. Everybody showed up at the house crying and wanting to go in, and you know what I'm saying. And I mean, they were pulling up, and the whole block was covered with cars of just my family, that I made one phone call. And that phone call, it was just like a tree that was planted right next to a river. We sound the alarm. This is what's going on. My brother passed away at the house, and I'm here. And when I called my brother, he said, What do you mean passed away? What do you mean? And he didn't want to understand and get. I'm saying, he's gone. What do you mean gone where? He's gone. He's passed away. And next thing I know, everybody and their mama was at the house. I didn't have to make another phone call. The police was there. The ambulance had came. The agency that took care of my brother at the house, they had arrived when I arrived, so he was making phone calls, and that's how it works. And then just like when my mother passed away, we made one phone call, and everybody where we need to be at. She's at the hospital. Boom, that's it. Everybody gets that information, and we all show up. I don't have to make 20, 50 phone calls. That's how it works, you guys. That's how it works. So while this sheriff was standing out there in front of the house doing the press conference, not one car showed up. Not a one. Yeah, that's what the mother of the mother. So Katoria's mother was traveling from Orlando. I think she was going to Florida or something. But anyway, some kind of medical situation she had to go and deal with. So it says the mom jumped off the bridge, commits what's obvious now a suicide and what looks to be a homicide that is contained within this house, he added. So they're saying some way the kids passed away with her help. So it wasn't that, because it's very rare. You could say, and I thought about this. It was so weird. I thought about this because I'm like, twins, I've got a guy that sits right next to me in class, and he's a twin. And I just finally seen his brother, and I couldn't tell them apart. I didn't even want to speak because I might speak to the wrong one. So I told him, I was like, wow, don't it feel some kind of way to be a twin? Because y'all sometimes can feel things of the other and things of that nature. My father is a twin to my uncle, and I've got two set of twin brothers. And so twins run in my family. And it's weird that I don't have any twins. I didn't bear no twins, and none of my brothers bared any twins. It's weird. But my cousin on my mother's side, she had twins. it's so weird. Anyway, while inside the home, officials saw no signs of trauma to the children, and which included no pools of blood. However, they did find a firearm on a bedroom floor of the resident and some live rounds that were on the ground. According to the sheriff, there was not much food inside the house and there was not much furniture inside the house, which looked it like the family may have been struggling financially. So she had a house without, not even a lot of furniture. So he previously stated that the Hutto's home was built in partnership with Habitat for Humanity, but added that there was no indication that any of those factors played a role in Friday's circumstances. Hutto's last communication was a phone call to her mother that went unanswered. Officials spoke with Hutto's, they call her Hutto's because that's her last name, but her kid's last name was Jackson. So Hutto's mother, who told them she assumed the call came from one of the kids and never thought to call back. The Florida Department of Children and Family was also on the scene Friday, and Lima, that's the person that is doing all the speaking in the press conferences, said the organization had no prior contact with Hutto or her children at the residence. So the Florida Department of Children and Family Services said they don't even have this woman in their system. Okay. The sheriff stated that at this point in the investigation, there is no one they've spoken to that gave any inclination that Hutton was feeling suicidal or homicidal or in dire need of assistance. So Hutto's mother told authorities that her daughter struggled with depression throughout her life, but there's been nothing to indicate that she may act out with this level of violence towards her children or commit suicide. Okay? So if you or someone you know needs mental help, you can text this strength, STRENGTH. Text strength to the Christ text line at 741-741 to be connected to a certified Christ counselor. You guys, somebody please put it in the chat because I guarantee you somebody in here needs that information. Okay? If you or someone knows someone that needs to speak to someone that they're always talking about, oh, I'm just gonna die. I don't want to live. I can't make it. Some people play with that, and I'd be like, don't even play with me. Don't even call me if you're gonna play, because here's the thing, I'm scared that you're going to do something, but you're not going to play with my emotions. I've got too much I've got to do too. And life is hard for everybody. So if you're not going, I know this is wrong, but I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I'm not the one to play with when it comes to life and death. Don't call me, telling me, texting me, telling me stuff of that nature. I don't want to hear it. Okay? Call and get you some help. Quit texting me, or don't text me and tell me what you're going to do. Call and get you some help. Period. I'm for real. I don't like it. I don't want to deal with people of that nature. I've had guys I date and they be like, if something go wrong, oh, I just want to do this. I just want to do that. Okay, you know what? We can't date no more. Goodbye. Oh, what you tripping on? Because guess what? If you're talking that way now, just wait down the road. You're gonna get worse. I don't want to hear it. I'm not trying to be mean or rude. I'm a very nice person, but I'm just being honest with you. I don't. Because at the end of the day, if you did do something to yourself, now you've run my life. Okay? So whatever you're going through, if you're not thinking about people that you talk to every day, that you communicate, whether they're friends or family or something that you talk to every day, and you don't feel like, you just feeling this way or whatever. And I know, I get it. I get that people get mentally disturbed in their head and they're not thinking right. But if you can think for 1 minute all goodness about killing yourself, think about the people that you are letting down, okay? And I'll be one of them, because if you call me, and I'm saying this because, like I said, I know there's people out there that need to hear me say this. I don't want to put people on blast, but you do. You just need to hear someone tell you to quit making those intonations that you're going to kill yourself, or you're not going to live till tomorrow, or, I just want to die. Quit saying stuff like that. Don't actually, I'm saying this. Don't even say it to me. Either get yourself some help or don't even call me anymore. Period, point blank. Because I don't want to feel like I've let you down because I didn't answer my phone, or I'm not going to sit here and listen to this another day. I don't want to. I really don't. That's the way it is. Okay? If you feel that way, let someone know and then go get help. Don't let them know and then, oh, I'm not going to call them for about another week. I'm not going to sit there and wonder, did you kill yourself or not? You know what I'm saying? I've got other things to do while you're playing games. You must be playing games, because why would you say that, something of that nature, and then go on with your life, go to parades and go eat popcorn and smiling and grinning? You understand what I'm saying? You're playing. And I'm not the one to play with. Okay? So there's a number, 741-741. That's the number. The number is 741-741. So you dial 741 twice. Or you can dial 741-741, put it in your phone, and put strength in there, STRENGTH. And you'll get a hold of somebody. Again, the number is 741-741, strength. Because mental illness is real. I got too much to do to play with somebody that's playing with that. I know for a fact, even because you're saying something, there's a mental situation going on. Red flags is all over the place. Because nobody will play with life and death. Nobody in their right mind. So something's wrong. Something is not ticking. And if you need help, there's people that have called me and told me their situation, and I say, oh, okay. Let's get some phone calls, get some phone numbers, where you at, where you live at, da-da-da-da-da. But if you're not trying to get help, don't text me this bull crap. I don't want to hear it. I'm serious. I don't want to hear it. I'm just being honest. Because when I ask you what's going on, and you're in a whole different realm and everything's fine, until when? The next time so you can do it again? When I don't got time to wonder what's going on with you. You guys understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be rude, mean, or vicious. These are things you got to tell people. Get you some help. I'm not the help. I'm way in Kansas. I can't stop you from taking drugs. I can't stop you from shooting yourself. I can't stop you from jumping over a bridge or anything. What I can tell you to do is what you need to do. Quit calling your friends and your family and call for some professional help. Yeah. That's what you need. And once you get better, you know, you can reach out and have, but just because things don't go your way, oh my goodness, now I'm going to do this. Oh my goodness, now I'm going to do that. It's been a really weird 2-3 years, you guys. I have seen it all. I have heard it all. So don't think that somebody might be in here and be like, oh, she talking about me. Well, if you believe I'm talking about you, then I probably am. Okay? Okay. What I'm saying is that is a lot to put on someone. You know what I'm saying? And then and here's the thing. Like right now in my life, I've got so much going on. I don't mind making friends, and I love having friends, and I love talking to certain people, and I love talking to anybody really, but certain people I like talking to because they have a certain type of energy, and they inspire me, and I hopefully I inspire them. I can't inspire them, and they're talking about death, and I'm gonna be dead, and just shoot me. And it's just better. Life is just better without me. No, I don't want to hear that. I'm a nurse. I believe in life. I cannot even sit on a bench and convict somebody guilty of something that I probably know that they probably did. I feel like they probably did, because I do believe in life. So don't try to entertain me with these little indos, because it doesn't. It actually makes me feel sad because I'm losing a friend. Not in death, but I'm going to choose to not be friendly because I don't want to one day not answer my phone or not take you seriously, or you didn't call the right person or anything. You got to ask for help. That's right, Uncle Charles. Uncle Charles says you have to ask. Oh, let me put this up here. Say you got to ask for help. You can't walk around buck naked and think you don't need no help. Uncle Charles put it out there. You got to. I've got people in my family that, guess what? When they dealing with whatever, I tell them I can deal with you on one basis. When things is going rough, you can reach out and ask for help, or we can go over here and get some help for you or whatever. But if you're not doing none of that, I don't want to be friends. I'm just being honest. I just don't. I'm being honest with you. I really, truly don't. As much as I might love you and care for you, I don't. Because if you think less of yourself to not get the help you need to go talk to somebody professionally, I don't want to be the one to not answer my phone and you go do something to yourself. Now you done ruined my life. You not only ruined your life, you done ruined my life. I probably couldn't even finish my nursing just because I allow, because people beat themselves up all the time. You hear people all the time. The one lady was like, if I could have just been there, if I could have just answered. I know her mama, Katoria's mama saying, if only I could have just answered the phone. I beat myself up, didn't find my brother in time. What do you think I would feel like you called me? And that was natural death. You know what I'm saying? But I still feel like, I should have checked on him more or something. And did he suffer? And I believe he did. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I work with veterans in groups who been on 4 or 5 tours overseas, and they lose limbs or have PTSD. Exactly. It's not something to play with. It's just not. And here's this woman. Hey, Marsha, how you doing? Uncle Charles is in the building. Marsha Poole is in the building. How you doing? So, hey, Danielle, how you doing? She said, yo, Ace Woman is in the building. So everything like that is going on. I remember Ace Woman. I remember you. I have a very good memory when it comes to certain people. Anyway, I believe Ace Woman was on the case with King. Is that true, Ace Woman? I don't know. Let me know if that was true. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, let me read this one right here. So Zena says, I have a niece who's going through depression now, and she has grown children and grandchildren. I have talked till blue in the face. She says she is listening and she is a nurse. I get scared to get calls. Oh, I know. I do too. I get, hey, I just got through finishing my essay. SP, can I call in? Yes, you can call in. I will give her that number. Yes. Give her that number, 741-741. You can text strength. They will call back. They will get because I'm gonna tell you guys something. I have dealt with this before with people. And you know what I do? I get them right over to somebody that can help them. I don't want to have to be talking to somebody telling me that they're going to hurt themselves. Hey, this is SP.
Hey, SP, this is Woke to God.
Hey, Woke to God, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm doing much better, getting things back in order, but it's going to take a while.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm good.
How's everybody doing? So, I just wanted to share, because I struggle with depression quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I went through a very bad phase when my sister passed away.
Yes. This last sister?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
And, because basically everyone that I've surrounded myself with in the last 20 years is gone now.
Yeah.
And it's just me. And that really broke me. It shook me to the foundation.
Yes.
Now, I'll be very honest and say that if it wasn't for the fact that you and I speak on a regular basis,
yes,
that got me through many a night.
Yes.
Got me through many a night. Sometimes it's just good to be a friend to somebody, you know?
Yeah. You know,
because you don't know what they're going. You don't know what another person may be going through.
Right. You know, I try to be friendly to everybody, and like I said, I am very close to some people. I'm very, very close to them. Like if I call them, and they don't answer, they're gonna be on my mind for a while. They're gonna be on my mind, and then I'm gonna call again, and then I'm gonna give it some time. But But long as they reach out and say, "Hey, I'm okay. I didn't answer the phone because I was in the shower or something." They be on my just like my children. If I call my children, they don't answer the phone. I'm okay for a while, but then I start stressing because why are you not answering the phone? I don't want to play phone tag and phone games and stuff like that. I lose my mind. I lose my concentration. I can never, do what I need to do. So when I know that that person is okay, I start going, look here, I just can't. Is that bad?
Well, I can't say it's good or bad because every person is different. All I can say is you never know what another person is going through.
Right.
And so, to be able to just be a friend for someone, and you may not even realize it's a time of need for them.
Right.
It may just you being a friend.
Yeah, but
you never know when that could save someone's life. Like I've never been to the point where I've wanted to take my life.
Right.
But I've been ready to just be like, give up.
Right.
And
I think I won't say I think we all have, but I know I've never wanted to ever hurt myself. But I've always yeah, but I've thought like, dang, if something ever happened to me, nobody would miss me. Like I just want to sometimes run away. I want to be like a kid and just run away from everything. The husband, the dog, the kids, the bills, the school, the job. I just don't want nothing. I just want to but I know I can't do that. My kids will be sad if I just get in my car and just drive somewhere. My kids will be sad. My friends will be sad. Like I tell people all the time, when I come on here, I don't care if it's 2 people on here. I'm good. I'm good. Because that person is important to me. You see what I'm saying? It can be just me and you. Girl, we still gonna have conversation and communicate and have a good time. It don't have to be 1,800, 150, 10. It don't have to be. Just if it's just one person, I'm still good. But
I agree with that, too. I just wanted to share that.
But you know what though? Woke to God. Haven't you, since being in this channel, found people that you can't wait to come and see on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, even if it's just a 30 minutes an hour?
Just to say hi, yeah.
Just to say hi. They ain't gotta know. They ain't gotta know everything you going through, or how much money you make, or where you live at, or what's your middle name. They ain't gotta know nothing. You see Soldier Girl, you see Sandra Watts in the building, you see Lisa Taylor, you see Freddie, you see Tina. You're gonna always come to a place. They're gonna know you or know some. Know your name. They gonna say hi, and you know what? Sometimes that's all you need to get through to the next day until things get better.
Yeah.
Things will get better. And we try to give people that
you look forward to.
Yeah, we try to give people that type of atmosphere that they can come and make friends, or at least speak to someone that's not trying to get your money, that's not trying to have you in the bed, that's not trying to take your husband or your girlfriend, that's not trying to compete and compare what you got and what they got. Just be yourself.
Right.
That's the atmosphere.
You have definitely achieved that.
Good.
I think you have definitely achieved that with this group.
Yeah. Now I know we been huge. We done had thousands in here at one time. Thousands. I mean, and rode with it, and rode with it. And we keep. But but that ain't what God wants. I'm just being honest, and I'm not trying to be religious. I just believe that the ones that this is for, they're here.
Right. It can be the twos or the fews, or it can be the thousands.
Because you know what he says? He says, many are called, but only few are chosen.
That's right.
So we keep doing what he tells us to do. And that's what we're going to keep doing. And hopefully I don't hurt nobody's feelings. I'm just saying, you know, one thing that I expect out of every person that I surround myself around is we're doing everything positive.
Right.
And death is not an option for us. It's just not. Period, point blank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
You know, and I do ask people if they feel like there's nobody else or anything, call me. But still, you've got to be positive about something. You got kids. Everything just ain't gonna go your way. It's just not. Girl, shoot, this computer went down. You should have seen. Girl, you should have seen my face.
I heard your voice.
I wanted to break down and cry.
I heard it in your voice.
I wonder what the heck am I gonna do with school, with the channel, just everything, work. What am I gonna do?
But it worked out.
I had 10 hours at work to think about it. No, everybody that I could have called, that usually I call, they were busy doing something that they wanted to do, get some sleep or whatever. And you know what I said? I said, oh Lord. I had called you and talked to you before I went to work. I didn't know this was gonna happen.
Right.
And I was excited. I was like, when I get to work, I've got 10 hours to do this work and da 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 da. Girl, I cut the computer on and it said it just went off. And I sit there. I sit there at my job 10 hours, just sitting there, frustrated. But no, death is that I ain't even thought about that. It's okay to be disappointed and, you know, upset about how things go, but you just brush yourself off. It'll get better. It will.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of having somebody to talk to, knowing that somebody cares, that get you through. You just never know.
Yeah, I think this young lady didn't have anybody in her life. I think she just did not, you know.
Yeah, I take it that they may not have been as close. And when I say close, I don't just mean in a emotional close, but even in physicality, I don't know that anyone else lived close to her.
Right. And maybe her friends were so upset that, look, she got these kids, she got a house. You know what I'm saying? She didn't tell nobody she didn't have food and she didn't have chairs to sit down in or nothing. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to have a home. Only thing you got to really do is have a roof over your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even really got to have a roof. But, I mean, the main thing, just try to have a roof over your head and, shoot, you'll get something to eat. Let me turn this off. But
so you just never know what she could have been going through. Seminole County is a lot of elderly.
Yeah.
And retired people. It's right there out in the outskirts of St. Petersburg, which is one of the retirement capitals of the world.
Yeah.
So, you know, she might have been given a nice opportunity for a home, but there may not be anyone in close proximity that she knew that she could talk to.
Yeah. See, Home don't mean nothing if you know you don't. She had a little job that she worked,
Yes, and the job spoke highly of her.
and she was a beautiful woman too.
Oh yeah, but you never know what someone is going through.
Yeah, sometimes people think, you know, if I just lose weight, if I just grow my hair, if I just get a car, or if I can just find this, find yourself first. Be Once you can be happy with yourself, don't ever let somebody put you in a dark place, whether it's your friends or your family or whatever. Just be, girl, I'm happy with myself. You know what I'm saying? If something happened to my kids, it happens to my kid. I just thank God nothing do, but you know, I can still survive. I thought at one time when my mother got ill, you know, I prayed to God, I'm not ready for this. I can't deal with this. And I knew I couldn't, and he didn't take her. But the last time, you know, I knew. And I said, Lord, if that is your decision, I'm ready. I can deal with it. I will do the best I can do. And
Right.
and my mother passed away, and I mourned, and I went over to, at the time I wasn't married to my husband, but I went over to his house. That was in 2010. We were dating. So I went over to his house, and he was like, get you some rest. And I just laid in the bed while he was at work, and I cried, and I had to do the funeral, all the scheduling stuff and everything. And I've never done it before, so I didn't know what I was doing. And you know, family was fighting for this. I had people coming from I don't even know, and they talking about what your mama wanted to give me the truck and oh girl, who and
Okay, I've been there.
yeah, and don't sing this song and I don't want y'all to cremate her, pay for this. My mother said, I don't want to be a burden to nobody. She says, just cremate me and call it a good day.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I've got life insurance policies, and I don't want you to give them that money. That's what my mother said. I want you guys to make sure that you guys are okay. And you know, I was left the house, and over everything, and I distribute everything to my brothers. You know,
Right.
everybody. You know, once everybody got a portion, it was little. If I would have kept it, and I could have, because it was in my name, I could have kept everything.
Right.
Uh, but you know, everybody got a little bit. And like I told him, if I give everybody something, you're not gonna believe. It's a little bit. And then when I sold the house, first I kept the house until my brother passed away, and I called my brothers and I told them, one brother needed money. He had caught cancer. He couldn't pay for his medicine. And I said, don't worry, I'm in the process of selling this house. And he was like, well, you better hurry up. So I put it on a quick sale. And I sold the house within like 30 days. And I sent him his portion. And I had to send it to him in portions because they gave me a down payment. So I gave him his money first because he needed his medications.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, um, and he was like, sis, I don't know what you're doing, but I was sending him thousands, you know, because he needed his medication until the insurance kicked in for him.
Right.
And so you know, I was sending him 1,000. I sent him another 1,000. I sent him another 1,000. I sent him another 1,000. But like I said, you know, I mean, we only sold the house for like, you know, 40,000, 44,000. If you
Right.
divide that among 7, 8 people,
It's not a lot.
yeah, you're only gonna get $5,000 or $6,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not gonna get no more than that.
But when a person don't got it, they grateful for whatever.
I don't know. I wonder how this young lady took them kids out. She didn't shoot them.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I see the they were both special needs.
You think she drowned them? Usually people drown them or poison them.
I'm thinking you might have just gave them something to make them sleep.
Like some rat poison?
No, SP. Something to make them sleep, like over-medicate them.
No. No.
Because they would sleep, and they look like they would sleep.
Yeah, but
she just gave them something that would like give them a little extra Benadryl.
extra Benadryl. Both of them probably wouldn't have died though.
Well, they did.
If you give a kid overdose on Benadryl, I don't know. I can't. I don't know.
These kids are special needs, so you don't know how extensive their disabilities were.
Right.
You know, we don't know if they're on breathing machines. We don't know anything.
Right.
So, and that's it noted that both the twins were special needs.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and I don't know, you know, they said that they looked like they were just sleeping.
Right.
So, I don't know. Normally, these women, they usually, when they get depressed like that, they usually take the kids and drown them.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that these kids were drowned because they didn't make any assertions about them being wet.
Right.
I'm thinking that.
But you remember that? You remember that one lady that she had drowned her baby, and then she dried the baby off and everything, put the baby's clothes on, took the baby to the park, and set the baby in the swing, and she just sat there with a dead baby in the swing. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
I think it was somewhere in Chicago or something like that.
I do remember that. You know, you never know, SP. That just really stands out in my mind is with these two children being special needs, that could be a lot on a parent.
Right.
Especially if a parent is predominantly by themselves. You know, they can get that overwhelming feeling.
Yeah.
Did she have respite services set up where somebody can come in and help with the kids if she needed? You know, DPSF said they never heard of her. They didn't have any interaction with her.
Right.
So if nobody was on the outside was helping her, well, yeah, that's a good thing that nobody, you know, she had no complaints. The child abuse anything against her. But then again, it's not such a good thing because who knows how overwhelmed she felt.
Right.
Just the burden of having, I had one special needs child and it was a lot. I couldn't imagine having two at once.
Right. You're right. And they're twins. You know, how you feel you gonna have some twins and they come out, you know, not healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't not have one, and I don't want to call them a problem, but you know, you have two big responsibilities. Usually nurses supposed to come out and help, you know, before they just send the kids home to a mother like that. If they're needing, you know,
but they don't. They don't now.
Well,
I don't know what they do now, but I know when my daughter passed. When my daughter was born in 1980, she was born extremely small, and because she was so small, she didn't have enough strength to get the milk. To suck on the pacifier and draw the milk in. She was having problems at the hospital. They should have never released my daughter, but they did. They released her to a 16-year-old kid, a special needs child that could barely suck on the bottom.
Wow. And that they're not supposed to do that.
Right. And losing weight. I'm first 2 weeks. And I'm like, well, this ain't right. And then I go take her to the doctor, and I'm trying to focus on the fact that she's losing weight. And I got the doctor tell me, mind you, I'm a 16-year-old kid. I'm by myself. My family didn't have time to come and go to the doctor's appointments with me and stuff. They ain't had time for all that. And then I found out why later. But when I took her back at 2 weeks because she was losing weight, and I'm trying to tell the doctor that, instead of him telling me, okay, well, we need to get her on some type of program so she'll gain weight and blah, 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 this doctor keeps telling me, well, you know she's disabled, and you're very young, you can have other children right here, you can sign your rights, and, you know, you won't have this burden on you.
Wow.
And needless to say, I hit the doctor with the phone, got in a little trouble, but they wouldn't separate me from my daughter, and I took her home. You know, they ended up hospitalizing her that day, and we got her on the right feeding program. And I found out several years later that my family didn't come around when Ann was real sick, and the reason they didn't come around was because they didn't want to get attached to her. Because they didn't think she was going to make it.
Yeah.
But whether you get attached or not, that's your child's child.
Yeah.
You should be right there supporting them.
Yeah.
Not worrying about whether or not you get attached.
Yeah.
So, you know, as parents don't always make the right decisions. You know.
You're right.
I forgive them for that. But it just is what it is. And, you know, my daughter was very fortunate. She got healthy. She got big. She lived till she was 22. By the grace of God. So, you know, I'm thankful for those 22 years.
Yeah.
And they told me she'd never walk, talk, or be able to take care of herself. And Erin could do everything except talk. But she could do some sign language. So
she'll let you know what she wanted.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She would definitely let you know what she wanted. She dressed herself. She let you know if she didn't like something. Yes. So she was very communicative. She just wasn't verbal.
Right. Right.
So I'm grateful for that.
Yep. There's always something good, you know, when people. Yeah. Yeah, and it's actually way more good out there than bad. I think people when they sometimes, but you know, I'm not judging no one, but I think they get overwhelmed. You know, they get overwhelmed with life, and they're trying to fit in, and other people don't let them fit in, and so they take it out on the people that do let them fit in, and then that can be overwhelming. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
that's possible.
Yeah.
I know I've been in some overwhelming situations, but for the grace.
Yeah.
But for the grace. So
hello.
All righty.
And thank you for letting me come up and share.
Thank you for sharing. I put your name on the roster, wherever it is. Let me find out where it is. All right. I got to put Freddie down here too. Let me put your name right here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Freddie, what's going on?
How you doing? How's everyone doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. But me, as far as you know, speaking about mental health, I can speak about it because I take medications that keep me balanced and grounded. I should have been on that medication since I was small because I had an attitude, everything made me mad. I wanted to fight, you know. And since I've been grown, I've been on that medication. And I can be quiet to myself and love laughter. I love to laugh, and you make me laugh. But
I
what
like
I'm
to
saying,
laugh too.
yeah, yeah, it's a serious situation because like I said before, the last time I was arrested was for attempted murder because of my attitude. And my attitude had a lot to do with me being on medication, mental illness.
Girl, did you say attempted murder?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna let you get mad at me.
Yeah.
Do not get mad at me, Freddie. I ain't playing.
That's the reason that I know mental health is very serious
Yeah, it is.
because I was a candidate and still live, but I take my medication. You have to take the medication.
Yeah, but
And
some people think, oh, it's not that bad. I'm not that bad. It just comes and it goes. You don't know when it's going to tip you over.
that's right.
There's no coming back. Once you in this foggy place, angry, upset, or mad, and you thinking, oh, I'll flip back. No, sometimes it keeps you going that direction, and you don't hurt yourself or hurt somebody else.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's just not something to play with.
It's not.
You know what my husband told me, and I had to realize this. Like when we first got married, it was easy for me to say, when things didn't go my way, it was easy for me to say, uh, I want a divorce. It was easy for me to say it. And
Okay.
I mean, like I was just like, I don't even want to try. Like, if anything didn't work out the way it's supposed to work out, like, let's just get a divorce. I'm not going to argue with you. I don't want to fight. Just get a divorce. Like, it was like jump in and jump out. And he told me, he said, honey, you use that D word loosely, very loosely. You bring it up anytime things don't work your way. He's like, we are married. We'll work it out. He was like, just don't let it build up. But at the same time, that word should not come out your mouth, just like a gun should not come out unless you're going to do it. Like,
Right.
stay away from that word until you're ready to pull the trigger.
Exactly.
Because you if you keep saying that, I'm a believe, this is what he told me. He's going to believe that I'm not serious, and when I might be serious, he's going to still continue. He's going to remember me saying, let's get a divorce. I want a divorce. I want a divorce. And then he's going to go out and do something where then we're going to have to get a divorce, because why he trying to, like, make the relationship work. I'm keep saying, I want a divorce. I want a divorce. I want a divorce. Let's get a divorce. Or, he's thinking, are you playing with me? Do not do that anymore. So that word has not came back out of my mouth since then, until I want to, and I have used it. I said, if we cannot get this straight, we're headed for a divorce.
That's right. Exactly.
And like, and he knew I meant business. I'm ready to pull that trigger if you do not get this right.
Okay.
But that's been years and years ago.
That's right. Work it out. Okay, I just came up to, talk about how mental illness is, because here I am, mental illness right here.
Yeah.
And it's not anything you play with. And I seen much better than everything when And since I take my meds now for that, I
Right,
do.
right.
Oh,
And you know what, Freddie? And I'm not going to get into the details, but you have been around when I've been in situations and handling it when it was going on. You have been, you've been right there. You be like, oh Lord, girl, hey, we got to get this. Hey, get you some shelter. Get you, hey, you have been there, haven't you?
yes, and no one knows about it. It's not.
Nobody knows about it but me and you. You have talked me through some things, and I'll be like, girl, help.
The
You
good
be like,
Lord only
Lord,
knows.
Lord have mercy. But that's what I'm saying. It's like some things we do keep private, and it's not for everybody to know. We don't have to share everything, but sometimes
Exactly.
it's okay to share because other people do need to hear that they're not alone. They're not the only ones. If I told people what I go through on a daily basis, they wouldn't believe it. They would
I
not
know.
believe it. They'd be like, girl, please. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. That's why I try to tell, some people like I've got things here at my own life I'm dealing with.
mm,
I don't want to deal with
exactly.
no more of that. I go to work. Girl, I'm at work dealing with mental illness all day. These residents cussing me
Woo.
out, calling me names, and girl, shoot. And and a lot of it just has to do with being angry with the world or being angry with yourself.
Yeah.
You know what
You've
I'm
been
saying?
there for me.
Say what?
I said you've been there for
Well,
me.
girl, shoot, you've been there for me and friend and Tina Powers and Sonya
Yes.
Watts. Girl, I've been going through some things. But I tell you what, I just finished writing this paper, and I was telling them, and it ended with, and it's weird. I just want to share with everybody how the paper ended. I'm not going to tell you the 4-page uh, uh, essay I wrote, but it ended with, after everything I had said, that God puts people, individuals, and I believe everyone in a certain place and a certain time is His will that we're living through, and it will be done.
Amen.
It will be done.
Amen.
And you can't go in there and try to change what His will and destined for your life to be. Do not try to do that. Because it may be new to you, but it's not new to Him. He'll know if it's
Okay.
right or wrong. But getting people upset, you're destroying other things. Like say for instance, just like me, I'm going to school to be an RN, and then one of my friends really close to me slips and kill themselves.
Oh my God.
I would not probably finish my nursing. I probably would not. I probably couldn't. I would feel so bad and terrible that that person couldn't come to me, you know?
Yeah. It's okay. It's
All
okay.
right.
You all have a blessed day and everything. Talk to you later. Love.
All
Bye
righty.
bye.
Bye-bye. All right, you guys. Hopefully our conversation about mental health help you. And like I said, if you don't know when you're in that state of mind, just reach out. Reach out. Reach out, but don't play around with it. And some people be like, I'm not playing. But 5 minutes later, you're smiling, you're grinning, you're happy, you're playing. That's what you're doing. You're playing. You're playing for some reason. Just don't do it. Because at the end of the day, my mother would always say, you keep playing with fire, you will get burnt. Hmm. Trust and believe. If you don't take yourself out, you will probably hurt somebody else, or somebody else can get hurt while you're playing. We're too grown to be playing. She says, no, that's bipolar. It probably is bipolar, keeping it real. You're right. It's probably that is bipolar. But, you know, in order to get help, you have to realize that you are in a situation, and before it gets bad, I think people can't they have those choices to make a right choice and get help. I don't know. I've never been so deep where I could not bring myself back, but I have been angry, disappointed, sad, depressed, you name it. I have all the emotions. I have been there before. Just don't even know why I was still living. Nobody cared, you know, what happened or whatever. I thought that more than once, but I never would speak about death. I've never I've once said something to the matter of if I died, would nobody show up to my funeral? You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't matter. And that's been a while ago, before I was even married the first time. I felt that way, and going through the divorce, it was just horrible. And I tell people all the time, people be like, I don't know why you're still married and da 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 da. Honey, married, when you get a divorce, if anybody's going through a divorce, getting a divorce is like a death. I've never felt nothing so realistic in my life. I don't ever want to go through that again. So sometimes that's why people do stay in their marriage, because they're like, that's like a death to them, you know. Um, I've heard people say it, never thought about it until, and I wasn't even in love with my first husband. And it still felt bad, like, something was not right about it. I just couldn't stay off into that marriage. I just couldn't. I was either going to hurt him or he was going to hurt me. I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. And if I feel like I'm going to hurt you, you're going to make me hurt you, I just best that you just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Soldier Girl says, I don't wish divorce on my worst enemy. Yeah, it was horrible. Sometimes, like on my mother. My mother was so distraught. She never got a divorce, but she was so distraught in her only marriage. She only been married once, that she just hated men. She didn't want to date no other. So when she clinged on to someone, she loved hard. People like to say, when I love hard. When I care hard. Well, care about yourself that same hard. And I did. I did. I had to care about myself. I had kids that I knew. I sit back and think. I didn't never think about death, but I think about who's going to take care of my kids. If they needed a question or answer, or how they gonna uh if something ever happened to me, I want it to be natural, because I don't want my kids to be angry with me, you know. But divorce can be you do make it through it, keeping it real. You do make it through it, but I guarantee you're gonna know you went through some stuff. Whether the person fights you or not, it's just the physical, the mental stress, the anger, the frustration, because not only you committed to a relationship for the rest of your life with that person, you wanted God to bless it. And I felt like I had let God down, like this is what I wanted, but the person was not trying to be in a marriage. The person was just, oh, I got you now. You know how sometimes some people be like, oh, we're married now. I got you now. I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna act a fool. I'm gonna go cheat on this person and cheat with that person. I'm gonna steal your money. I'm gonna talk to you like trash. I'm not gonna come home. I'm not gonna work. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna be the nail on the side of your, like the thorn. You're not gonna get rid of me. And I said, hey, I don't know what you're doing right now, but I tell you what, you got to go. Because I can't do it by myself, and I'm tired of trying while you're here. I'm not going to try while you're not here. I'm not going to do that. You go, and I'm not going to cheat, and I'm not going to do that. So what I'll do is I'll just file for the divorce. We'll get it, and I'll move on. Some way, somehow, it'll work out, and it did. And I found the right person, or the person found me, or whatever you want to say. We found each other. I don't even know how we even got together. I mean, like, who found who? Like, I think it's he found me. I guarantee it's he found me. But, it ain't over until it's over. And the Lord told us it ain't over. So everybody just buckle up. And I will see you guys next, well, what is it? Be Wednesday on the 25th. All right, you guys, be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.